Hold on. It would help if my camera worked. There we go. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. I'm your host, Chump Change. This is live and recorded. For anyone that might be new here, what we typically do is I update myself on crypto news and I bring you guys along for the ride. Let's see who's here in the chat and then we'll get into this. I apologize. Crypto KJ, by the way, my solar trailer, if you guys didn't see that video yesterday, that PSU kicked on all by itself and I was outside making a short quick just to troll you. So that's why I was a little late. I apologize. I didn't even realize my camera wasn't on. All right, let's see. Rob Mines, good morning, sir. We have Chris Hanley, DDA40. Good to see you, buddy. We have Pellish Miner, Scott Sheffield, Crypto KJ in the house. As always, Dan R, Solar Miner himself. Let's see. Jim C, good morning, sir. Steven Cicero, I feel like I haven't seen you in a couple days. Good morning. Vinny, good to see you, buddy. All right, anybody else I may have missed, I apologize. Let's get into this. We have Bitcoin over here, 64,042 bucks. We have Ethereum at 3128, looking pretty good. Everything's in the red, but to be honest, we're not really pulled back that far. We have Solana at 146 bucks, ADA 47 cents. Great buying opportunity, at least in my opinion, for both those coins. ETC is at 26 bucks. Caspa at 11.8. It's an oof, but it's a perfect buying opportunity. Again, everything is a flash sale, fire sale, I guess we want to call it that. We have Dogecoin 15 cents. We have Whiff, Dog Whiff Hat is down to $2.96. I still can't believe it's that high, to be honest. BNB 608 bucks. BCH, what's that down to? 478 bucks. All right, let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. Good morning, Windfair. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. So you making shorts just to troll me now? Yeah, pretty much. I was more excited that I saw them all up and running on my dashboard. All right, let's check out CryptoBubbles. If you guys don't know, I put 10 KS zeros out in my solar trailer yesterday, and I wasn't expecting 7 of them or 8 of them to kick on by themselves because of the server PSU, and it did somehow. Who knows how, but hopefully it continues to work. All right, Jupiter down 14% today to $1.04. You know what? I think that's a decent buy. I think that might be a decent buy. Jupiter, I think it's like a swapping service for like Solana stuff. Pretty I don't know. I think it's gonna do well if Solana coins keep doing well. All the meme coins look like they're pretty down. Bonk's down 9.1%. What's the biggest loser on the day? Let's see. I think it's Whiff. Yeah, it seems to be Whiff. We're down 15.7%. Again, $2.96. We have H-Bar down 13.1% at 11 cents. This thing skyrocketed to like 17 on some fake Blackrock news yesterday, which was crazy, or 2 nights ago, right? It was about a day and a half ago. We have Render down 8.2% today to $8.48. I think Render is going to do good things. Let's see. We have Fetch AI is down 12.3%. We have Sand. I've just started kind of DCAing into this one. This is like a metaverse gaming coin type deal. And I think it's going to do all right in this bull run, so we'll see. 9.3% down on the day, 45 cents. It's available in Coinbase. The main reason I actually allocated some funds into it. We have WorldCoin down to $4.83, down 11.5% on the day. All right, this whole chart just gives me anxiety. We're going to change it. Flashbang. Fear and Greed Index looking like a 72 over here. That's still good. We're still under the 75 mark. You guys know how I feel about that. Over 75 is where I really start paying attention. But with things pulling back and us being at 72, I think we're in a good place, to be honest. Look at this, baby Doge. Hallelujah. Somebody pump this coin, please. It's trending. I have 12 billion.
Perfect.
Baby Doge. How much is that shit worth? Hold on. We got to look. We got to look now. It's like one of the only coins I have in my trust wallet. Let me see. What is Baby Doge going for? I got a whole $22. It's 11 billion coins. I have $22. We have Moo the Bull. What the fuck? Who comes up with these names? And Hedera, all trending. Moo is up 15.2%. Baby Doge is up 10.2%. And Hedera is down 8.9%. Again, I think that fake news didn't do it any favors, to be honest. All right, we have top 10 coins by coin market cap over on CoinGecko. We have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, Solana, USDC, Lido Staked Ether, XRP, Dogecoin, and Toncoin. ADA still in 11th place. Toncoin is still at $18 billion market cap, which is crazy to me. Yeah, Cardano, $16 billion market cap. Again, I'll say this forever until I see the price starting to move. And it's not because I'm trying to push this price. I'm not a huge holder of ADA, but I put some money into it, about $1,000. Guys, 2017, it got up, you know, it had a run up, right? That's the bull run. 2021, 4 years later, another bull run, right? Got up to an all-time high of $3.09. We're down 84%. I have a feeling this one is going to run again with the this upcoming bull run, probably towards the end of this year, beginning of next year, is typically when things like that happen. So could be an easy 6x, my opinion. You guys do what you want. That's what I'm doing. Polkadot, I think, is going to be a decent coin this run as well. Let's see. This really only had a 2021 bull run, so I guess we'll have to see what happens there. But they're interconnecting other blockchains, which is a good thing. Let's see. Teaspoon, what's up, man? Good morning. Good to see you, buddy. Haven't seen you in a while. Chump with popcorn. You make that meme, I'll buy it. Let's see. We need a crazy cat lady coin. Oh my god. Oh man, you just gotta get that lady from The Simpsons. You know what I'm talking about? That'd be great. What's up, Neil? Good to see you, buddy. All right, let's see. Litecoin, 84 bucks. I think Litecoin has a good chance of doing a real good run up this run too, in my opinion. I'm mining Litecoin on my L7, as you guys know. December 2017, it got up to it's so hard to like nail this. I don't know, it was like 350 bucks or so, and then its all-time high 2021 got up to 410 bucks. This run is probably not going to get much higher than the 410, but if it does, that's still a 3x, right? From this point, we're down 79%. If you guys didn't see my altcoin video, go check it out, because I pointed out a couple 80% down coins that I am personally purchasing, and I think it's a decent time to get in on altcoins before the season happens, right? Again, Ethereum Classic, I think, is going to do good things just from the Ethereum name alone, in its in its name, right on Coinbase, right? This is a prime example of people, you know, Timmy's not understanding what's going on in the space. I was once there. I purchased a bunch of Ethereum Classic because I didn't understand the difference and why Ethereum was so expensive and why Ethereum Classic wasn't as expensive, and I bought this instead of that, and obviously it paid off. But at the same time, it's like 2017 we had a run up here, 2021 we had a massive run up to 160 bucks. It was like 167. We're down 84%. This is a mineable coin as well, so this is going to help carry the miners through the alt season, my opinion. All right, let's see, how's Lithium doing? Lithium, I haven't looked at the miners or anything today, so let's see. What are we looking like? $2.52. Let's check out the no, 7 day. Let's go 7 day. It's taking a little bit of a hit, right? Almost $3 on the 19th. It's the 25th today, so yeah, about 6 days. 6 days, taking a little bit of a, if you know what I mean. I think Pocket Change is a good name for a meme coin. Yeah, you know what? Pocket Change, we Savage Mine, actually, RIP Savage Mine. Cheers to him. But he actually started a Pocket Change coin for her, which was funny, and it never really went anywhere. It was on the Raven Coin network. He was like making a video on it, and obviously, you know, life happened, and then it never continued. Render, I think Render is going to be a decent deal this run. We're going to have to see. Render actually has a real use case, and once the big tech giants start using it, 2021 it had $7.83. We've already broken the all-time high up to whatever, 13 bucks, $14 maybe, 13.53. It's down 37%. I think this is going to be a decent Depin coin. You guys go check that out. All right, let's move on to the mining segment of things. There we go. You guys know, like the timestamp this stuff, see where the most profitable miners were on the day. We have the KS5 Pro 21 terahash unit, $97.96. Ooh, bruh. Under $100. We're under $100 a day. That's terrible. It's not really terrible, but at the same time, if you're paying this much money for it, you want it to make over $100. KS5 20 terahash unit making $93 a day. We have the KS5L 12 terahash unit making $51.98. We have the AL box 360 gigahash unit making $51.41 a day. Bruh. This one has been taking a shit, and obviously everything correlates with the price of lithium and the difficulty, right, for the rewards. When it comes to The AL box though, right? You guys remember the Caspa miner, the KS0? Those are the ones I just put in my trailer, right? Those things were making at one point about $40 or $50 a day. And I think it was even projected more than that on this site when they first came out. And let's just, I mean, we're just gonna skip the line because I don't care. Proving my point. KS0, we're at 77 cents a day. So let that sink in for a minute. I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to spend $7,000 to $15,000 on one of those machines for a couple months later to be making 77 cents, but 180 watts, it isn't that much. You're right. It's just a lot for this unit. That's the problem. All right. So yeah, I don't know. Take it as you will. All right. We got the BMKS Max 11 terahash unit. This is a Caspa miner as well. And these prices are all at 10 cents kilowatt hour. If you guys don't know this site, you can change it right here. Electricity costs. We are making $44.46 a day on that one. The Windminer K9 10.3 terahash unit is making $43.70. We have the Ice River KS3 8 terahash unit making $32.41. The X16P flipped the KSM. Look at that. Is making $24.09 a day. The KS3M at 6 terahashes is making $21.91 a day. Man, I mean, the yield is still okay. 250 Caspa a day. Interesting. Alpha Packs DG1 11 terahash unit. This is the merge mining Litecoin and Doge. $15 a day. Not too bad. Not too bad. The Antminer L7. Shout out to Terra Hosting. This is what I'm paying, 10 cents kilowatt hour, and this is what I'm making, $11.69 a day. Merge mining Dogecoin and Litecoin. Most of the profits that were actually in Doge. They really need to add that logo here. I don't know why they don't, because they have ETC, ETW and ZIL right here, like that. They should have the same thing for all these Litecoin miners, but nonetheless, moving on. Let's see. S19K, where is that at? All right, scroll by it. Where are you? Is it way down? Oh God, it is down here. S19K Pro. Oh no.
Bruh.
No. Oh, 120 terahash unit making $1.56 a day. I quit. You guys take it over. That is awful. That is awful. That is, I don't even want to look at that anymore. That is so bad. Oh my God. All right, the Ice River KS0 Pro, as you guys know, we already went over the 77 cents a day.
Bruh.
Killing me. Original Ice River KS0, 35 cents a day. This thing is like literally breaking even right now for me, because I pay 30 cents a kilowatt hour. But again, running off solar, it's kind of free. Kind of free, so it's fine. All right, let's see. Moving on to crypto GPUs, or GPUs for crypto mining. Let's see. 4090. We got Graham, Ironfish, and Pyron. And Nexa was on the top of the charts for that as well. We have BTG, the 4080. Let's see. We have Ironfish and Pyron as well. The 170HX Ironfish. BTG looks like it's top of the charts. Interesting. Wonder why. Wonder why. How's BTG looking? Let's see. It's Bitcoin Gold, right? Yep. What in the hell? Look at these dips. God damn. $34.29. Man, what is happening? Why is this one pumping? Or why is this one like most profitable? That's crazy. Strange. Is that S19K profits for BTC or Digibyte? It's for BTC, but the Digibyte profits are not they're not legit. If you guys watch Mr. Mining King's video, they yeah, they weren't accurate. Digibyte, look at Digibyte, says 0 now. It says 0 on the S19K. Probably because they updated their shit and they were like, oh, Mining King was right. That's not accurate at all. Wait, why does it say $8 here? Why does it say, what is happening? I give up. I don't know. Broken. Oh, that's after electricity. Oh God, I hate this. This is the worst. This is the worst. You wake up and everything looks like this. But hey, can't always be green, right? You gotta live with it. Can't always be green. The NVIDIA CMP 50HX is making the most on Gram and BTG. Looks like just like a plethora of iron fishing Gram, more or less. We got Bitcoin Gold, Firo on the 3090. Ugh. Why? Firo. Weird. They don't even like GPU miners. Didn't they hate or say something negative about miners? Now DJ hates them. Let's see. I bet the dumping in BTG price is changing in difficulty, and that will correct back to Ironfish again. Yeah, I agree. Guys, listen, don't panic. This is the time to buy coins now. Not financial advice, but buy coins now. Don't you're better off not buying machines, just my opinion. Probably make more, but each his own. All right, let's check out some new coins, see if we got any new ones. Nope, still this Peppa Pow coin over here on Script. I still don't know how they're not going to get sued with that logo. Let's move on. Upcoming events. Kevacoin 16 days away, going through its halving. Pyron 26 days away. Ethereum Classic is also going through its fifth inning in 35 days. So pretty awesome. Bitcoin Gold, oh, that's why. They just went through their halving. That's right, 32 hours ago. That's why it's pumping. Octaspace, how's Octaspace doing? Actually, I got some of that. How's that? This is Depin project, if you guys didn't know, like storage stuff. Ugh.
Bruh.
Everything's going down. All right, I'm done looking at mining stuff. No more mining stuff. All right, Bitcoin's never done this before, guys. Look at this. Blackrock's Bitcoin ETF, IBIT, now holds 274,462 Bitcoin, up 570 from the last trading day. We're only getting issued 450 Bitcoin per day. BlackRock's clients bought 1.26 times the new supply of Bitcoin in a day. That's crazy. You guys imagine how crazy this is going to get? This is going to get freaking wild. So buckle up and hold on, people, because we're going to the freaking moon. Let's see what they got to say over here on CNBC television. DOJ says ex-Binance CEO CZ should serve 3 years in prison.
Bruh.
It sucks to suck. All right, let's see what they got to say over here on CNBC Crypto World. Hit that like button, guys. Hate asking what YouTube makes me.
Today, U.S. prosecutors seek a 3-year prison sentence for Changpeng Zhao. Block plans to launch a full Bitcoin mining system. And the founder of Canonical Crypto explains why he's bullish on the merging of AI and blockchain technology.
So I found that full interview on their channel, and I'm going to play that when they get to that point. I'm going to swap videos.
Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Tanea McKeel. Crypto prices turning lower this morning, with Bitcoin dropping back to the $64,000 level by noon Eastern. That cryptocurrency was down 2.8% in the past 24 hours. Meanwhile, Ether dipped more than 1.5% to $31.73, and Solana dropped 4% to $151.
Dan R said, look at the difficulty of the Helium at the beginning of the year. He said that spike are all gold shell AL box testing on the network. The hash rate is going bonkers. You know what? I noticed that the other day. Actually, I'll pull it up in a minute.
Okay, let's talk about the top stories.
Let me look it up.
U.S. prosecutors are seeking a 3-year prison sentence for Binance's former CEO, Changpeng Zhao. In a memorandum filed in Washington federal court, prosecutors said that CZ should serve a sentence higher than suggested under guidelines due to the gravity of his crimes. Zhao is accused of willfully failing to implement an effective anti-money laundering program, something that's required by the Bank Secrecy Act. He's also accused of allowing Binance to process transactions tied to unlawful activity, including for individuals skirting sanctions.
All right. I don't know how true everything is, but we're going to find out, obviously, with CZ, right? And you guys, some of you has asked why I never trusted Binance, and I don't know what it was. There was no real rhyme or reason, but that was enough for me. All right, flashbang. There we go. Helium real quick before we continue with the news. So you can see April 21st, right? Or 22nd. Actually, let's go to 3 days. No, it's not going to work. How do you zoom in? Can I zoom in here? No, whatever. Anyways, network hash rate, it was like 500 on the 20th. 5 days later, look at how high we are on this. 722 terahashes. That's insane. That thing rose literally like a quarter of the network. That's crazy. In like 5 days. That's definitely those boxes, and that's what's killing the profitability. I told you. That's why I was worried for it. I want to see what happens if another miner comes out. We'll give it a month, and if it tanks, then yeah,
Next, Jack Dorsey's payments company, Block, is developing a full Bitcoin mining system. The company announced yesterday that it finished the development of a standalone 3-nanometer Bitcoin mining chip and is now working with a semiconductor manufacturer on finalizing the design.
What?
Block says the chip will meet mining needs to thrive through the current halving cycle. The company's ultimate goal is to democratize Bitcoin mining, which Dorsey tweeted about in 2021. At the time, he argued that the more decentralized mining is, the more resilient the Bitcoin network becomes. At the same time, block platforms Square and Cash App are also reportedly launching the option for merchants to convert their dollars to Bitcoin.
Perfect.
All right, for our main story. While crypto and AI have competed for VC funding dollars, many believe the combination of the two technologies presents huge promise. And after the latest Bitcoin halving, some blockchain miners are even considering a pivot to AI using some of their existing infrastructure. Crypto World's Talia Kaplan spoke with Anand Iyer, the founder of Canonical Crypto, an early-stage fund investing in crypto and Web3 infrastructure, about the potential tied to the two technologies. Plus, he shares his outlook for VC funding in the space.
All right, let me move over to the full interview. There we go. Guys, that like button. Appreciate you for hanging out. Let's do it.
The combination of crypto and AI has been getting a lot of buzz recently. According to Van Eck, crypto AI revenues are projected to reach $10.2 billion by 2030. Do you agree with that projection?
Such a great question to kick it off. I think, and I was talking to the team at Van Eck about this, I think that's on the low end of where we might end up. If I remember correctly from that report, they were projecting something like 6 trillion in AI-driven productivity over by 2030.
Real quick, in the chat, throw your favorite AI coin in there. Just for, it doesn't have to have any, like, anything particular about it. I just want to know what you're holding for an AI coin or which your favorite is that you've been purchasing. That way we all kind of get like a feel for all the coins that are out there.
And if decentralized AI serves as the backbone for everything that needs to get built on top with AI, I believe those numbers are the very low end of the spectrum in terms of what we might expect. But we're starting to see some really cool tech and infrastructure getting built. So we're expecting to see that, we'll expect to see that play out really well.
Some of you guys are saying Flux. What's the price of Flux real quick? I didn't mean to cut them off, but I kind of did at the same time. I want to know what Flux is at. 92 cents. Dude, I can't believe I sold mine at 42. What an idiot. Stupid. No, I'm just kidding. I sold it to buy something, so I made out, but it still sucks.
Interesting. So last month, OKX Ventures released a report about the potential of crypto and AI. And the report says the merging of the two technologies is giving rise to new applications and innovations encompassing areas like model training, AI agents, metaverse, gaming, and robots as a service. In a nutshell, what is your outlook for crypto and AI? And do you see a lot of potential tied to the merging of the technologies?
Absolutely. If you look at the progression of AI to date, it's been largely driven by centralized entities, right? So the amount of innovation and horsepower, whether it's access to data, access to talent, or access to resources, has been largely controlled by a select few. On the other hand, when you look at decentralized blockchain-based networks, we really thrive on certain ethos and principles like decentralization, transparency, auditability, etc. So as we look forward, while we're starting to build out the infrastructure in a very collaborative manner today, there's just so much that needs to get built. If you look at some just like pointed use cases today, right? Data provenance. Talia, you and I are having this conversation. At some point, this data might get used to train a model. How does CNBC, how do we get credit for something like that? Or we look at training of models for medical purposes, for legal purposes, or for finance. Those can't be trained on public data. They need to be trained on private data. And we have primitives for things like this in the world of blockchain, like fully homomorphic encryption. We have zero knowledge for attestation of proofs, etc. So I'll pause there, but I'm really bullish on where we can take all the work that's been done in the world of blockchain primitives and really putting that to work when it comes to AI.
So I recently interviewed the chief scientist at Chainlink Labs, who argued that the often touted uses for bringing AI and blockchain together aren't actually all that useful. Some of what he calls misleading narratives include that blockchain can combat misinformation caused by generative AI. and that blockchain can bring privacy to AI. Do you think these narratives can be considered misleading? Are there any concerns you have tied to the convergence of AI and crypto?
Yeah, I look at it as a glass half full opportunity, right? I think with the sort of the blast radius of what we're encountering today, it doesn't feel particularly good. Whereas the kind of primitives we have in the world of blockchain actually can serve legitimate use cases, right? We have seen situations where there have been elections held in various countries, and we have been able to use certain primitives like zero knowledge to be able to attest to the source of certain media types and ensuring that those actually came from the sources that they truly actually came from. How do we put these to work at scale, right? So I would say the technology is there, and it is really up to us to put these to work now and bring them to the masses. So while it's completely fair to be questioning these principles, I think what is incumbent upon us now is to build out these products and put them to work, because we've been building them out for quite some time now. So I definitely appreciate the skepticism, but I'm confident that the technology is going to play out as we hope it will.
And realistically speaking, how long do you think that could potentially take?
We're starting to see shoots of this emerge today. It is one of those adoption curves that we're sort of in the thick of right now. If you look at sort of like how venture capital evolves sometimes, right, we tend to place bets on where we think that the puck is going, where technology will be in a few years. And that is, we're in sort of like that infrastructure layer of making sure that there's some primitives, we need to put them to work for AI. And then we start to see the usage start to show up here when certain use cases come up. I'll talk about a very specific example. We've had this concept of decentralized compute networks for several years now. Akash Network is one of these examples. But if you look at where the pressing need sort of came up with Akash today, it was with training of these models, right? Training models is a very expensive, compute-intensive task, whereas we have decentralized blockchain-based networks that can actually deliver the same level of efficacy at anywhere from a fourth to a sixth of the cost that would be for centralized servers. So maybe a more succinct and to simply put this, I would say the technology has been there. What's starting to show now is like the painkiller use case and how these start to come together. So we're starting to see those come together today. And as more of these start to come up, we'll start to see the technology adoption start to pick up. But as a venture capitalist, we're placing those bets on where the technology we think is going to go in the next few years, but also really partnering with people who are truly living and embodying that future today.
Now, you are a Lightspeed venture partner and, of course, the founder of Canonical Crypto, an early-stage fund investing in crypto and Web3 infrastructure. So I'm curious to get your take on what crypto VC trends have been gaining traction and how much of the VC interest is focused on the convergence of AI and blockchain technology.
Yeah, I have been exclusively focused on this intersection because I feel this technology is AI is one of those technologies that we're going to be Talia, you and I, in 2 years for having this conversation, we're still going to be talking about this, and I think it's far too promising and important for there not to be focus on it. So that's been my area of focus, but there's just so much more that needs to get built. Obviously, with the kind of tailwinds that are happening with ETFs, with Solana hitting certain high thresholds lately, with various upgrades happening in the world of Ethereum, there's a lot of infrastructure that's getting built in and around this. But we're also starting to see certain consumer trends pick up. Farcaster, for example, which is a Web3 native social networking platform, is having a moment. They're having record usage on their platform. Proud to have been an investor from the earliest days there. But we're starting to see shoots like this emerge, whether it's social, whether it's gaming, or true manifestations of finance coming to life. We're starting to see some companies, now that scalability, we feel like we've hit that point where we can reliably use blockchain networks for payments. We're starting to see TradFi and blockchain-based finance come together. So these are some interesting areas we're starting to see developments and investments go into: infrastructure, middleware, developer tooling, and at the very top of the stack, finance, gaming, social. We're starting to see investments flow there as well.
So in a nutshell, what's your investment outlook for crypto? What are some of the hottest sectors? You touched on some, but what else are you paying attention to?
For me, it's still about the basics. I grew up building and evangelizing developer infrastructure. And to me, a signal that very promising for any technology is when developers flock to it. That's when you know that you're starting to build something that needs to get, that starts to compound in terms of what it can offer to the world, right? So we saw this initially with cloud-based platforms like AWS and Azure. We start to see another wave happen with mobile, became another platform. And I think with AI now, this is truly another platform. Blockchain, again, two very loaded heavyweight platforms that are coming together. So to me, to peel another layer of this, or to descend this plane a little bit more, I'd say, I would love to see more focus on, privacy preserving machine learning concepts using blockchain primitives. I think data provenance is a huge issue. It continues to be a problem today. How do we solve for that? How do we fight things like disinformation, misinformation, or deep fakes that are emanating? But in a nutshell, I would say we have such beautiful technology that needs to be put to work for some of the things we're seeing out there today. And I'm really excited about that, and really starting to put our rails to work in a credible way.
So are you noticing there's more interest in crypto now that Bitcoin hit a new all-time high above $73,000 in recent weeks, and spot Bitcoin ETFs started trading here in the US? Have you seen a shift in sentiment from investors?
That has definitely provided for awesome tailwinds for activity from an investment perspective coming back in, which is also closely tied to developer activity, founders getting back into the fray and wanting to build here as well. So absolutely, that's been that's been a huge proponent for us. On the flip side, I was reflecting on this. In my career, usually we try to make bets that are several years out. And the pros and cons of operating in crypto are that sometimes we anchor a lot on price. And, when this tends to happen, there's like ebbs and flows that happen with price, and that's related to our investment trends as well. But over a long enough time horizon, right? Again, we're having this conversation 5-10 years out. These small episodic moments will feel like such small blips relative to how much the price will have appreciated, and how grateful I think we'll all be that we were able to do some incredible things on these, what feel like nascent platforms today. So it is, while a lot of it is predicated on price today, over a long enough time frame, as more developers and more founders come in, we're going to see some really cool tech being built, which is really going to work for us in the future.
Now, in a recent report from JP Morgan, the bank's global market strategy team argued that the price of Bitcoin will slide following this halving, citing overbought conditions, prices still well above the bank's comparison to gold, and subdued venture capital funding. New research from Deutsche Bank also says not to expect a post-halving Bitcoin rally. So do you agree? What's your take on what we can expect?
Yeah, I think as someone said, history tends to rhyme but doesn't repeat, right? So if we were to follow that, I'd say, to be completely candid, I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like
nobody knows.
If we were to reflect back on this post-halving, there's obviously three very incredible scenarios. The price could go up, it could stay flat, it could go down. But I'm more interested in what I think is going to happen in the next 9, 12, 24 months, where again,
I think the next 9 to 12 months are like the most crucial for Bitcoin or crypto.
The price is invariably, there may be some imminent pressure on supply post-halving, but over a long enough time frame, as ETF flows continue to grow, and I know you captured this really well, Talia, in a previous report as well. I think we're looking at 12 billion in inflows now, and that's just going to continue to grow as mass adoption starts to happen over a long enough time frame. I believe that we are, the price action is going to be favorable for all of us. So this is kind of a non-answer to your question and somewhat tongue-in-cheek, but I'm trying to not pay attention to the micro, but pay more attention to the macro and the multimodal factors that could impact price, whether it's beyond crypto. Obviously, there's other factors, whether it's wars or various other catastrophes that could cause these ebbs and flows. But in a broad enough time frame, price will appreciate, as we've seen. I first started mining Bitcoin back in 2012, and here we are, like almost 12 years later, how much the price has appreciated. I would never have been able to forecast that. But as we look forward, I think we're going to start to see more price appreciation start to happen.
And it certainly will be very interesting to see if that does in fact happen. Anand Iyer, founder of Canonical Crypto, thank you very much for joining us and for that comprehensive insight.
Thank you so much.
All right, shout out to CNBC for that, and hopefully you guys are still awake. Oh, look at that. Good morning, Mr. Geek of all trades. All right, we're gonna move on to videos. Let's see what Mr. Lark Davis has to say about Depin projects. Depin projects, decentralized physical infrastructure networks, are going to be a big catalyst along with AI this run, actually, I think, anyways. And yeah, I agree. Somebody in the chat said December's the time, like every bull run that we've had, it's been December into, or the end of December into January typically, right? Like that time frame around Christmas time ish is when things really hit the fan, basically. So we're gonna have to see if it's the same this time. But anyways, Depin crypto, the 100x opportunity most will miss. Let's see what he's got to say over here, guys. The like button, appreciate you for hanging out. And if you guys haven't subscribed to Lark, go check him out, links in the description. Let's do it.
So we're all familiar with ride sharing platforms, Uber, Lyft, all that kind of stuff. What if I was to tell you there is actually an equivalent crypto narrative that has the potential to 100x? It's called Depin, or Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Networks. This is a term for decentralized applications, or even sometimes centralized applications, that are incentivizing people to provide real world services. To give us an idea of how important this is, let us look at the sharing economy more broadly. So according to a report by Allied Market Research, the sharing economy was valued at $387.1 billion. That was back in 2022. It's projected to reach more than $827 billion by 2032, giving a compound annual growth rate of 7.7%. That gives us a glimpse of how big Depin can get, and it's probably going to go beyond those estimates. To be honest, feels a bit conservative. The traditional sharing economy is a great idea, but of course it relies on all those centralized platforms. Uber is a centralized platform. Depin is a step up since it's using blockchain technology to create a decentralized network, thus removing the need for central authority. People can connect via smart contracts. Now, stay with me for a few minutes as we discuss different Depin projects and use cases more broadly. One of these might give you that hollowed 100x gain, or not. You lose all your money. Dude, crypto's risky. Crypto research firm Masari released a report about Depin earlier this year. The authors believe that the Depin sector will add $10 trillion to the global GDP over the next decade, another 100 trillion, yes, with a T, in the decade after that. Now, those are the kind of bull numbers that I'm here for. Yes. And just to give you an idea of how crazy this number is, the 2022 global GDP was $100 trillion. The authors believe that this staggering amount will be achieved because of the Depin flywheel, which means that the bigger and stronger a Depin project becomes, the more users and developers will actually flock to it. Sort of like a snowball rolling down the hill, just picking up more and more stuff until it creates a giant avalanche and destroys the entire city of profits. I know the numbers are tempting, of course, but how can we all take part in this narrative? Well, depending on who you ask, the Depin sector being categorized into 2, 4, 6 categories. But instead of debating the true number of Depin categories, let's just look at some of these different niches and the projects that are associated with each one of them. Now, before we dive in, disclaimer, please note, no one has paid us to be featured in today's video. The information.
That's what I like about Lark. He doesn't typically take paid sponsorships, right? So, and he announces it, which is good.
That you will find here is provided to you for free for educational purposes. This is not a recommendation for you to go out and to buy or to sell or to hold any of the coins related to the Depin protocols that were being discussed here today. I don't own any of these right now that are being discussed, by the way. For full portfolio disclosures, please see the link in the description on YouTube, or you can see it in the pinned comment over on X. By the way, I could own some of these in the future. For example, I might buy Render, which we're discussing in today's video. I quite like Render. We did a video on that recently. Go watch it. I also do have some Depin plays in my portfolio, like Peak, PEAQ, and EMC, which is a Depin GPU network. But we're not talking about those today. Okay, so let's get into it. One popular category is servers or cloud storage networks. In a nutshell, blockchain-based cloud storage solutions are an alternative to expensive centralized cloud companies like Amazon Web Services or Google's Cloud. The biggest in this category, and really the whole Depin sector, is Filecoin, which is arguably
Oh, snap. Is Max Voltage still here? Max, are you here? Filecoin. Max been saying Filecoin, actually. Real quick, before we go too much further, let me see. Max has a feeling that this is going to be a big deal. Let's see. So he thinks, if you look at the Max chart, right? 2021 had a good run up, but it's been kind of just like fighting for a pulse ever since. But like that good run up is freaking insane. $236. It's down 97.5%. That's why it scares the shit out of me to get into this one, but let's see.
the Depin OG, or one of the Depin
Hey Max, even a blind squirrel finds an acorn every once in a while.
OGs looking for a golem or someone in there.
I'm
But
just
anyway,
kidding. I'm just kidding.
I digress. The project itself started back in 2014, and the mainnet was actually launched in 2020. So these guys have been around doing the stuff for a while. The idea behind the project is quite simple. People who lend out their excess storage are paid with the FIL token, which at the time of filming is like a $3.5 billion market cap. Another one to pay attention to in this niche is Arweave. This decentralized storage service operates on the same principle as Filecoin, but with some notable differences. For one, Arweave focuses on permanent long-term solutions, sort of a time capsule for important data. A single upfront fee will give 200 years of storage. That's crazy, which is almost for longer than you're going to live, right? Well, I'm going to me too, I guess. But anyway, Arweave is also a Depin OG. It had its mainnet launch back in 2018. It's also worth noting that several popular crypto projects use Arweave, like Solana and Avalanche. So that's pretty cool, right? So the success of these blockchains will also contribute to the success of Arweave. Now, as for tokenomics, it has more than $2 billion in market cap with a maximum supply of 66 million tokens. Now, if you're looking...
Hold on. So they're like literally, there's like 600,000 more coins to go, and that's it. 550.
Cap with a maximum supply of 66 million tokens. Now, if you're looking for a similar project with a much smaller market cap, aka much higher risk, take a look at Filecoin. Also been around for ages. It boasts being 90% cheaper than traditional cloud storage solutions like Amazon. It also promises good security because aside from, of course, encrypting the data, the network actually slices individual data into little chunks essentially and puts those pieces into different hard drives, sort of not putting all the eggs into one basket. Don't put all the data in one basket. This makes data breaches highly unlikely. Now, let's move on to the next one. Most people like free Wi-Fi, but what if there is a network that lets you earn from hosting a wireless network? Well, Depin's wireless category lets you do just that. Now, one of the first movers in the space is the Helium network. This is a blockchain project that has a market share of more than $600 million. Now, with
Listen, Helium, again, this is kind of like this is like talking about Ethereum with people that are upset about the merge. All right. It hurts. Helium hurt a lot of miners, right? When it came to those, like the freaking hotspots that they were selling, but like the actual infrastructure behind Helium is actually really innovative. So it has a real use case. It's not just some bullshit coin. Do you know what I mean? So take it as you will, whatever you feel about it, kind of put your feelings aside. It's about making money, not making you feel good. You know what I mean? So
without diving too deep into detail, the Helium, or HNT network, lets individuals deploy hot spots and provide long-range connectivity to Internet of Things devices, or IoT devices, which was a pretty hot topic a few years ago. Participants are then rewarded with HNT tokens for that coverage. Now, bit of trivia, Sean Fanning, one of the creators of the P2P platform Napster, is also one of the founders of Helium. So that's pretty cool, right? Internet OGs are behind this. This highlights, of course, the project's deep roots in decentralized networks. The price action of the token hasn't been the best, and I'm unsure if it will be something that will wildly perform in the future. but being one of the early movers still makes it worth mentioning here. Again, we're not saying what to buy, sell, or hold, just covering what's big in the space. And speaking of Wi-Fi, there is a crypto project built on the Polygon network that lets users find free Wi-Fi. It's called Wi-Fi Map, and it acts as a giant search engine for Wi-Fi hotspots. It crawls the web and gathers information about public Wi-Fi locations from various sources, including user contributions. Now, people who contribute to the network by adding hotspots, by verifying information, or by running speed tests are rewarded in the Wi-Fi token. Now, its market cap is currently below $30 million with a maximum supply of 1 billion tokens. With a database of 4.5 billion hotspots and 150 million users, this community-driven project is definitely showing some great enthusiasm and a bit of interesting potential. Now, let me interrupt the flow real quick before we get on to our next Depin niche to tell you about the best damn newsletter in the cryptocurrency industry. It just happens to be. Check it out. Now, data is one of the most important resources, of course, in modern society. Data is the new oil. I'm sure you've heard that said. And sensor networks were created to collect that data. Now, one example of a sensor network is HiveMapper, which is the decentralized equivalent of Google Maps. See, participants get to share street-level imagery while they drive or travel from their HiveMapper dash cams, which is a pretty damn cool idea, right? In return, they get rewarded with honey tokens. Now, the network was launched in 2022 and has about 150 million.
How many of you guys have a HiveMapper or have been waiting for one? I'm still waiting for my second one, but HiveMapper, I think this project could go really far. I really wonder how good it's going to get.
$1 million market cap. Again,
it's actually stupid low right now too. I think it's like 10 cents.
Recording this video,
it's cheap,
with a maximum token supply of 10 billion tokens. Now, you might say that's nothing new, but we should consider this. According to McKinsey and Company, the driver assistance and autonomous driving systems markets could create up to $400 billion in revenue by 2025. So, yeah. Now, aside from AI, what do you think?
Actually, that's kind of neat. I didn't really think of that. So that's probably what that's for. The autonomy, right? The self-driving taxis and shit. Being able to put all of the road signs that we actually, pass on a day-to-day basis with these HiveMappers, they could put it into the database for all that stuff. That's kind of neat, actually.
Think they would need a reliable and up-to-date map. So keep an eye on these type of projects. And speaking of vehicles, DIMO, D-I-M-O, makes it possible for participants to earn from data collected from their cars, which...
You know what, DIMO, I don't fully understand it. I guess if you're just on a purely making money basis, like, hell yeah, that thing's sick, right? You just start your car once a week or something, and it, like, I don't know what it does, to be honest, but it kind of, like, weirds me out that it's not a camera. It just plugs into your car, and it just reads the brains of your car. Like, what? I don't understand it. What's the point? What does it actually do? Does anybody know? Can you explain it in the chat?
Might include stuff like fuel consumption or engine performance, which...
I guess fuel consumption, that's kind of a good thing to think of or to know or tally or chart or whatever.
That's kind of cool. You're driving anyway, so why not? Companies build applications and services based on the data that they collected. The DIMO token, which is used to incentivize user participation within the network, currently has a market cap of around $72 million. Now, what do you think is important for the advancement of our civilization beyond all this fun kind of stuff, right? Well, it can be argued that power is what propels progress. Can't do any of the stuff that we do without energy, right? So much so that a scientist named Nikolai Kardashev invented the Kardashev scale, which measures how advanced a civilization is based on its power production and usage. But we won't get into that rabbit hole. That was a very interesting one to go down for now anyway. Instead, let's look at the energy-focused Depin projects. This is a pretty cool niche. Now, whether you believe in climate change or...
Dan, the hell, man? Words hurt. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will hurt forever. God damn it.
or not, renewable sources of energy are going to continue to grow.
You're not wrong, though. You're not wrong.
Years, and
God damn
they're
it.
pretty cool. I like renewable energy, solar panels, all that stuff's neat. In fact, the International Energy Agency predicts that 35% of the supply globally will be from renewables by 2025, which is next year, in case you've been keeping count. Now, Arkeen is a Web3 powered...
Oh, real quick. Windfair made a good point. Said your car has a lot of sensors that tells you about how the car operates, which the manufacturer can use to improve their cars, and they can take information for free with newer cars. And that's what Patrick Murphy was saying. I guess they take that information anyway, so why not get paid for it? Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, I guess, right? If you think of it like that.
Infrastructure project for globally distributed renewable energy sources. Renewable energy data from participants are used to analyze energy consumption patterns in order to improve efficiency. In fact, Depin energy stuff's been pretty popular for a few years in crypto. It's had its moments. Anyway, this can also be used to develop smarter energy grids. Participants, like most projects, of course, here in this case, are rewarded with tokens. Now, this relatively new project had mainnet launch in February 2024, so hey, high risk, right? Now, AI. Let's talk AI. AI is an area, of course, on its own. We've done lots of videos on that, but a lot of AI projects can also be considered to be Depin projects because one of the most hot use cases is decentralized GPU networks. Now, having AI in the labels probably enough to pique the interest for many investors, but having Depin labels, two niches together, will further increase the earning potential for any project. Now, I discussed the AI crypto potential a few weeks ago, so if you want to go watch that great video, I'll leave a link down below. You can also see videos we did on like Render and BitTensor and stuff like that. Anyway,
he actually does have a lot of good videos like that with Render, and I thought it was BitTensor, I guess.
Daddy's Render, which rewards participants for sharing their excess GPU power with the network. It already has a pretty big market cap of $3.5 billion, which makes 100x or even 50x maybe too much to expect at this point, at least for the cycle. However, there is a similar project that has less than $500 million in market cap, and that is Golem. Golem is a decentralized marketplace wherein the network harnesses all that excess computing power from the contributors, and then, of course, sells it on to whoever the heck needs it. Golem, of course, OG as well, been around for ages. So it makes it a cheaper alternative to those traditional, again, centralized cloud computing services. Sellers are paid with the GLM token, as we so often see with these Depin projects. Now, look, Depin projects are still in the early stages compared, of course, to the more established crypto narratives and even, of course, the Web 2 infrastructure networks, the decentralized networks. Thus, it makes it an interesting frontier.
Mr. Retro Mike, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Words are hurtful. Words are hurtful.
Perfect.
Here in the wild west of crypto, of course, always risks involved, but early prospectors who did their homework right can make a lot of money out of it.
He's not wrong. Oh shit, didn't mean to click on that other video. But anyways, he's not wrong. Early investors will definitely make out the best, but yeah, just I don't know. Just be careful. It depends what you guys are into, right? Do research before you throw a bunch of money in, but if you have some money and you want to play with it, then whatever. You know what I mean? Things are down right now. It's probably the best time to buy. All right, let's move on. Altcoin Daily. Bitcoin has never done this before in history. He actually talks about this Twitter post right here, which is crazy. BlackRock's clients bought 1.26% or times the amount of new Bitcoin coming into the space, 450, and they bought up to 750 in the last trading day. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's see what they got to say over here. Guys, that like button. Appreciate you for hanging out. Let's do it.
Since this recent Bitcoin halving, Bitcoin's issuance rate is more scarce than gold. And while gold's supply inflation is between 1 more closely to 2% each year, Bitcoin's supply inflation rate has dropped to 0.83%, now the scarcest asset in human history. So why isn't price exploding?
Yeah, one of the things that everyone wants to see is like the halving occurs and a minute later, all of a sudden the price goes up or down or sideways, what's going to occur. But what we've seen historically is that the halving does take some time to kind of work in. There was great research that came out of Bitwise, and what they showed was in the month before the halving, the average return over the last couple of bull markets has been 19%. In the month after the halving, it's been 1.7%. So you'd say, oh, if I look at it as a 30-day before, 30-day after, it doesn't really matter. But if you actually look at it over a longer time frame, let's say 12 months or 18 months, the halving has marked a point where then we go up. And so it's just classic economics 101, right? If demand stays the same and you take away half of the incoming supply, the price has to adjust up or down to accommodate everyone. I think that this time won't be any different.
And what comes next? Because now that the monetary inflation rate of Bitcoin has dropped below gold, it'll be interesting to see if its market cap will exceed gold according to the stock to flow thesis. And according to on-chain analyst Willy Woo, in his view, BTC will lag its stock to flow valuation by 5 to 10 years, as the world simply doesn't move quickly. Custody infrastructure, regulations, trading instruments, asset manager acceptance all takes time. But if Bitcoin's market cap does eventually exceed gold in the next 5 to 10 years, that's an over 11x from here. And it appears that that's what BlackRock is betting on. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF, IBIT, now holds over 274,000 BTC, up another 570 from the last trading day. And only 450 BTC are even issued per day.
So like literally this tweet alone, right? If I want to see how this plays out for the next like month, if this continuously happens where they're buying more than that's getting put out per day, there's no chance Bitcoin's not going to just completely explode. The demand is insane.
BlackRock's clients bought 1.26 times the new supply of Bitcoin.
And if you guys don't understand, that's just BlackRock. That's not anybody else. That's just BlackRock.
The most interesting things that people kind of wake up to coming out of the crypto world is there might be more degens on Wall Street than there are in the crypto world, right? If you say to someone, hey, you can get 10x leverage, if you say that there's 100x opportunity, there's a lot of people in suits and ties that are going to pay attention. And so I do think that we like to have a black and white world and say, oh, like all the risk takers are over here in crypto, all of the smart money is on Wall Street. But naturally, there are just as many risk takers, if not more, on Wall Street. And so what I think is now going to be a big narrative going over the next 12 months, how do those investors get access to those assets?
And even compared to traditional ETFs, BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF is officially in the top 10 of all time for longest daily inflow streak, meaning 71 days in a row, there's been more net buyers than net sellers. And yes,
that's
Bitcoin
hold on,
ETF.
we got to look at that list again. I didn't watch this video, by the way. So 160 days is the highest on the list. Damn, I wonder. We're already almost halfway there.
Inflow streak,
that's
meaning
crazy.
71 days in a row. There's
71 days. It only takes, man. This thing, they're gonna be climbing the ranks. That's crazy.
More net buyers than net sellers. And yes, Bitcoin ETF inflows in general have started to taper off.
We've already seen a lot of those flows into the ETFs start to moderate.
Meaning eventually this streak will come to an end. It won't be the end of the world. The mainstream media might tell you that it will be. Even the most successful ETFs to this day do have ebbs and flows. But this is not just BlackRock driven. This is globally driven and just in. Hong Kong's Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs officially approved to begin trading on April.
And Ethereum's ETFs? And? What? Is that real? They're getting an Ethereum ETF? What the fuck? Randy, you better cover that. I didn't hear that. They have a legit Ethereum ETF coming out the 30th. What in the hell?
What has happened is Hong Kong has
get out of this box.
One of the advantages that Hong Kong
this rock I'm living under
has in Asia is that this is the first mover advantage because this is Hong Kong.
I don't remember it saying and. I thought it was just like our situation, right? Like Bitcoin, yes, but like possibly Ethereum. I didn't know it was like actually happening for Ethereum.
It's the first in Asia.
That's awesome.
To allow the spot Bitcoin and Ether ETFs.
That's awesome.
So in less than 6 days, these institutional Asian on-ramps.
And listen, I know how you guys feel, like some of you guys, right? Everybody freaks out about Ethereum. Like, they screwed miners. Whatever, man. Like, talk shit or make money. You're going to make money on it. Just hold it. Just hold it, man.
Open up.
Will this be as big as the US market? I think that,
And while the Asian ETF market is not as big as the US ETF market, it is still significant.
Obviously, US has the deepest ETF markets globally, and the big names like the BlackRock and the Fidelities, as we know, are leading the Bitcoin spot Bitcoin ETFs in the US. So in the absence of these big names in Hong Kong, it could be a a little less. I mean, it could be actually a fraction of what US is seeing in terms of the size, the flows of the market. But it is nevertheless a big and important step by Hong Kong, which wants to be, a digital hub in Asia.
And by the way, the 230 billion Harvest Funds Bitcoin ETF, that's one of Asia's Bitcoin ETFs, will begin trading on April 30th with a 0% fee, meaning they're competitive, meaning they want to acquire the assets, the clients.
So first off, let me show you a little something. This is the article in question.
Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson's studio releases first game, but it's on Gala Chain. The game is called Voyager Ascension. This is from the company Reflex, a Charles Hoskinson-backed firm. And Charles has a problem, a big problem, with how the media is portraying him.
It's about one of my assets. So up here we have Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson's studio releases its first game, but it's on Gala Chain. Oh no.
When a user asked about Reflex, his other company, Charles simply responded, I have 6 companies.
We worked with Gala Chain on this because they're a great community, a great company. There's a lot of wonderful people. And what we wanted to do is start linking together a lot of different game companies. So Reflect.
Well, if you guys don't know, so like ADA is kind of like connecting a bunch of different blockchains, right? So like, I guess part of the course, I don't know.
Itself has a portfolio of several games it's working on. Some are Cardano native and some are outside of the Cardano ecosystem in different ecosystems. And the hope is to try to link and unify them all together and create some interoperability between the different game chains and different game groups.
There you go. You just explained it perfectly.
So that we can easily navigate users between the two and talk about common problems that exist in the gaming world.
So if you hold Gala, you like this, and Hedera jumps 100 and
we went over this yesterday. This was insane. And you know what sucks? Like, I don't know what's up with HBAR and being able to swap it on Tangent Wallet, but like, it's like I was able to purchase some through the Tangent Wallet, but getting it, I couldn't swap it back out, which was weird.
13% amid BlackRock confusion. You see, HBAR skyrocketed after an announcement that name dropped BlackRock, but the price is now falling as the investment giant says it's not directly involved. Now, we reported this to you yesterday. BlackRock tokenizes a money market fund on Hedera, and the reason we felt comfortable sharing this with you is because that's what HBAR told us. Today, we witness RWA history as BlackRock's ICS US Treasury money market fund is tokenized on Hedera with ArchXX. This made massive headlines, but it turns out BlackRock directly had no part in this, no say in this. We have not worked with Hedera, a BlackRock spokesperson said. ArchX distributes our product through tokenization and is using Hedera. So BlackRock has not adopted Hedera. It is just through a third party. And let's talk about lower cap altcoins.
That's crazy.
But I do just have to report the SEC is being sued over their new dealer rule. The crypto industry is finally not taking it.
What
Talk
else
about
is
the
new?
lawsuit that Blockchain Association filed today against the SEC, essentially challenging
Ooh, I didn't get this clip.
the SEC's view of who and what is a dealer. What's the issue that you see?
They're saying SEC, you can't.
I don't want to watch that.
It's so ambiguous. The rules you're trying to regulate crypto over. This is unfair. We're suing you. I loved this explanation.
Yeah, so the SEC finalized a new regulation called the dealer rule earlier this year. And the problem is the SEC went forward and basically tried to do a very expansive redefining of what it means to be a dealer. So this is problematic for traders who are trading on their own account that might get pulled into this regulation. But in the crypto world, it's particularly problematic for decentralized finance. You know, in decentralized finance, we're trying to replace intermediaries with software code where there is no customer and client relationship. A person could just go simply interact and make a transaction on their own behalf. And so with the dealer rule, it is so vague, and the SEC made no attempt to answer the questions that the crypto industry had in the comment-making process, that we think that this violates the Administrative Procedure Act. You know, the SEC has laws that they have to comply to with as well, and I think the APA is one of them. And so we're hoping that the court will find that their action was arbitrary and capricious and will pull back that rule.
In lower cap altcoin news, we're
if anybody's interested in that, I'm going to paste the link to that article in the chat.
happy to announce that LimeWire is now integrated with the BNB chain Greenfield for NFT data storage. This is a direct product from Binance, and this integration marks another step in our joint commitment for the AI space and bring the benefits of generative AI and Web3 together. And what BNB Greenfield is, well, BNB Greenfield is a cutting-edge decentralized storage solution developed by Binance, and LimeWire creators can now benefit from high-speed decentralized storage and full data ownership of their creations. So if you're bullish on the future of AI and crypto, you love this.
Is anybody into that, LimeWire?
And speaking of that, we're thrilled to welcome Animoca Brands
I
as
remember back in the day with, like, you know, that's where people used to pirate music from, but
our new strategic investor. This is an announcement from AIT Protocol, which is AI data infrastructure. And this partnership marks a significant milestone for AIT Protocol as it accelerates the advancement of AI development and broadens the scope of native applications, opening up pathways for global growth. And Animoca Brands sees value in investing in AIT. And in a quick piece of gaming news for Superverse, adoption continues. Superverse is integrating with the most anticipated new metaverse of 2024, Avalon, the community-created Web3 MMO with AI-powered explanation and game modes, is integrating with Superverse, and specifically what that means, the Super Token is being integrated into the world of Avalon, bringing world-blending utility to the token. Enabling super purchases in the ecosystem will be a massive win for both communities.
Weird. Crazy. All right, anyways, let's get to the recap segment of things. We're going to be getting out of here in just a second, but let's see real quick. Hold on. Gotta get my music back on. There we go. All right, Bitcoin, 63,078 bucks. Looks like we're taking a little bit of a dip today. Is what it is. Ethereum, $3,097. Not too bad. We have Solana, 143 bucks. I think it's a good buying opportunity for a lot of these coins. Fire sale. As you can see, Casp is 11.5 cents, ADA 46 cents. LTC is at 82 bucks. ETC is at 25, almost $26. Not too bad. Everything is looking like yeah, fire sale today. Let's see. What's the biggest loser? Looks like Starknet just jumped back into the 100th spot. The top 100 coins, $1.16. WIF is down 15.2% to $2.91. Jupiter's down 13.5, $1.02. Not too bad. Not too bad. When Moon, hopefully soon. Look at the link I sent you earlier. Dan R, where did you send it? Where'd you send it? Discord, maybe? I have to pull it up. Give me a second. Let me see while we look at this. Looks like it was 22 days ago. It's down 37% from there. I don't know. It's fairly new though. It's not like it hasn't been around for like a bull run or anything. So we don't know what's gonna happen with this thing. Let's see. Get this. My power company just emailed me. My power is going down 4.5%. What? That never happens, he says. That's crazy. What do you mean? That's nuts. All right. What are you doing? Oh, Radiant. You want to look at Radiant? All right. Mr. Crypto KJ. Holy hell. Look at this. Look at that.
Perfect.
0.2 of a penny. Almost 0.3, up 10.9%. Look at that. Man, too bad Tangent didn't get this shit on the wallet yet. Actually, can you get Radiant on the wallet yet? Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Its all-time high is, let's see, 0.9 of a penny. Wow, it's still down 75%. Really? Wait, what's the max? It's on max chart. Yeah, so I mean, it just came out in 2022, September 23rd, 2022, or I mean, that it could have came out before that, but this one CoinGecko got it. I mean, hey, who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? Who knows? Let me see. What Dan R, where did you send that? Let me just check. Let me see. Where'd you put it? General chat, maybe. I could totally be wrong. Not sure. All right, let me pull up the chat. What are you saying? Just say stream is dead. What are you saying? Not dead. Still here, right? Should be good. Let's see. Get that 1 penny so I can retire. DJ, how much do you got? No, you don't have enough to retire off if it goes to 1 penny, do you? That'd be crazy. Good for you. I hope so. That'd be amazing. That would be amazing if you did. Let's see. Jason Hamilton, I've got solid content. Nice. Let's see. This is why. Oh, they got listed on MXC exchange. Nice. Look at that. I can't use it though. Your IP, I cannot use it, but they got listed. Actually, I can still show that. Doesn't matter. They got listed over here. Nice. Man, things are freezing this morning. What the hell is going on here? There we go. All right. Yes. Nice. Oh, it's in 21 hours. Countdown start time. Oh, so it hasn't even been listed yet. Oh. Okay, so it's anticipation of it being listed. Ooh, so you guys can make a killing on this. You guys can make a killing on that. Maybe. Let me know. You guys trying to make that money right now or what? It was on X from Bitcoin Magazine. Tweet 16 hours ago. Oh, I don't use X ever. I'm not a fan of Twitter, to be honest. Let me see. I don't even know how to see where you told me. Okay, so give me a second. Oh, man. Where? Dan R. What's your name here? What's your name on this Twitter stuff? I have no idea how to use Twitter, to be honest. So you're gonna have to tell me what it is. Anyways. Yeah, I just don't have time for it, man. I don't have time for it. I spend enough time on freaking YouTube. My brain already hurts, to be honest. And I don't know. Twitter's too toxic, man. Like, dude, there's so many dickheads on there. I don't really care. Anyways, Radiant tweeted. Oh, Radiant tweeted it. Nice. Can't be on Chumps, and I've had no hiccups, and I'm on mobile. Nice. Yeah, no, it's everything seems fine to me. Just a little bit glitchy once in a while, but it's not yeah, everything seems fine. You guys see all this, right? Yeah, everything's moving fine. All right, anyways, guys, what's Twitter or X, whatever the hell you call it? I don't know. It's just too toxic for me. It's just not for me. Anyways, all right, we're gonna raid Miss Randy Hipper. She is going live in 15 minutes. Did I X out? I did. You idiot. All right, I gotta go back in my studio to redirect this to her. But anyways, what do you guys what's your favorite AI coin? I asked you guys to throw that in the chat. I saw a lot of Chlor. I saw some Flux. Not sure what else. What's up, honey? All right, good job. Sorry, my kid's down here. All right, let me see. Let's go live. I gotta redirect this. Your hair is a mess. I tried to fix it, but it didn't work. All right, let's see. Miss Randy Hipper again is going live in about 15 minutes or so. So we're gonna redirect over to her because she's fantastic. She's awesome at speaking in public. If you guys didn't know, right? Like when it you know what's weird? When I started this YouTube channel, I always had a fear of speaking in public. And it still gets to me sometimes when I'm reading shit. Stop for a second. When I'm reading stuff and stuff, it really, like, I don't know what it is. It's like I run myself over while I'm reading, and that's why I get choked up when I'm like doing it, because I have like wicked anxiety when it comes to speaking publicly. So I envy the fact that Randy Hipper can do that so smoothly. So she's awesome. She's fantastic when she comes to reporting news. You guys get over there and check her out. Her channel is fantastic. Let's see. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. Chlor and Dynex. Nice. Yeah, Dynex is one of those coins that I would love to get back into. I'm actually fully out of it right now, but I need to I want it to get on Tangent. Once it's on Tangent, then I won't have a problem holding it. Let's see. On cam, you're solid. Oh, I appreciate you, Nismo Miner. Yeah, dude, it's so hard though. It's so hard. It really is. It's weird. It's like it's just like a fight between me, myself, and I. So if anybody has like anxiety or like, I don't really have anxiety, but like it's just speaking in public. It's the only real thing that's ever bothered me. It's always like gotten to me, or reading out loud. Like it's weird for me. I don't like it. But I force myself to do it every day because it helps you work on yourself, right? So that's all you can do. What's up? Can you pick me up in your chair? She says. But anyways, all right, guys, you all have a fantastic and happy Thursday. She can see herself in the camera, so she's just making faces. You say hi. Say hi. Here. You say hi. No, she's gonna smile at herself. Anyways. All right, guys, listen, have a happy and safe Thursday. I love you all. I'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go smash that like for Miss Randy Hipper. Appreciate you all. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace out. Have a good day.